This here video is about this 8-foot wingspan, 8-foot wingspan RC airplane. One wing is already covered when I got it. Actually looks pretty decent for what it is. This here wing is going to need a little bit of work. Some of the wood needs to be cut out and replaced as it's starting to rot out. Pretty sure this fuselage is a homemade design. It's like a cross between a Telemaster and a Senior Cadet, which none of them are exactly the same as this. But me personally, I think it's too heavy to fly. This here is made out of 1/4-inch plywood, the whole front half of the fuselage, and they got a shit ton of wood putty on it. I was actually surprised when I ripped the covering off here. I didn't think it was that bad. But the back half, I'm not 100% happy with it. But what I will do, obviously gonna have to replace this piece of wood. What I'm gonna do is cut right here, maybe get same size wood sticks, balsa that they used in the back, and basically I'm going to copy the Kadet Senior. The construction of the fuselage, I'm not going to copy the dimensions, but it's basically going to have a stick running all the way to the front, stick all the way on the bottom, stick going down, 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 and then have a support running diagonal. We'll build one side at a time, and then I will sheet this with a real thin balsa, and then I'll go back and tidy up the back half of the fuselage. The horizontal stabilizer, it actually looks like it's a wing from a smaller scale RC airplane. Like these wings and this horizontal stabilizer in the back came from a kit. Somebody built those from a kit, and they're just too smooth to be scratch built unless somebody cut them out and did a damn good job at doing it. Now the fuselage, obviously that's a homebrew deal. I'm starting to think that whoever built this didn't have the intentions of it flying, and it was supposed to be a static display, or they just didn't know what the hell they were doing. I mean, clearly this isn't even balsa. This might be 1/4-inch balsa ply. I don't know if that even exists, but I mean, the nose is not to scale. This nose is just too long. So what I like to do, put the firewall here, motor mount firewall on this line, mount the engine here, chop this off, and I'm not liking how high this comes up. The windshield obviously goes up and wraps around. Yeah, I might just put a small thin sheet of plywood on top of the fuselage in this area. Might make that removable so you get to the fuel tank, get to the batteries, just in case you got to move this, add weight to the front. Servos, those are probably going to get scrapped. I mean, if they work, I'll save them for something else, but I want to get 1/4 scale servos for this thing. The tail section, because I got a Kadet Senior right here, and I'm thinking I might just copy the Kadet Senior tail section, horizontal and vertical stabilizers. I mean, it looks like it'll fit the fuselage fairly well. I mean, it's really not that much bigger than the fucking Sig Kadet Senior. I can't remember how long the fuselages are, but this here, each wing is 4 feet, so the wingspan combined on this orange goblin is 8 feet. That Sig Kadet Senior wingspan put together is a little over 7 feet, so I mean, I think the Sig Kadet Senior tail setup would be fine for this. Might scratch build something to where I'm using the shape of the Kadet Senior horizontal stabilizer, but it'll have an airfoil to it. This here is just not to scale. I mean, I think it's just way too long, way too skinny. Even when you got the elevator put on it, it's gonna be too long for what this is. You know, I think if it was chopped here, that'd be a little bit more scale. Like I said, I think this here thing, somebody was intending for it to be static display only, or they just didn't know what they were doing. I mean, this is just friggin' plywood. Nothing is square, nothing is flush. There's a lot of putty filling things in. There's a gap in between this support and this plywood, so they put in a piece of wood and puttied it to fill it in. Can't remember what these are called. Stringers? I think that's what it's called. They got it spliced right here. Now on the other side, it's one long continuous piece. But I had been looking at this thing for 3 weeks on Facebook Marketplace. I wanted it so bad. It actually came with these floats. These floats are 29 inches long. They're actually too small for that airplane. But I am going to use these floats on my Carl Goldberg J3 Cub.